few students here at USM were able to experience Super Bowl 59 in full force. More on this on the top of our newscast.
College students across the nation are being affected by a new tax that was implemented by President Trump recently. Their college experience and finance could be hit unexpectedly.
How Mississippi legislators want to build up communities by tearing down homes.
And then in sports, our Golden Eagle baseball team has already gotten some wins under their belt for this season.
These stories plus your SMTV 6-day forecast and your weekly Eagle interview.
SMTV News for February 20th starts now.
From the Chuck Scarborough Television Studio on the campus of the University of Southern Mississippi, this is SMTV News. News you can use.
Hello USM, thank you for joining us. I'm Kennedy Drake.
And I'm Gabby Cox. Students from the School of Business at the University of Southern Mississippi were given a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to participate in and help out at this year's Super Bowl.
Reporter Stephanie Merez-Munoz got the scoop on the experience the students received from this special event. Tune in.
The USM School of Marketing students headed to the Super Bowl this season. The students went on a 5-day trip to New Orleans. They got the opportunity to learn about the behind the scenes and more. Graduate assistant for the School of Marketing, Lawrence Marks, spoke more about their experience.
Yes, the students actually were able to scan 85,000 total tickets, which was a lot, and 40,000 were on Saturday alone. So that was pretty consequential. And as well as students were able to work at the event. So inside the convention center, there were games going on. They were able to work the event. They also had experience with security on the outside area with like scanning in bags and scanning people in. And they were also able to work like behind the scenes.
This trip has impacted the students' thoughts on their future careers. Olivia Walker, a hospitality and tourism major, spoke more about her experience.
After working the Super Bowl, I was thinking, I'm like, wait, like this could be really cool playing like the NFL experience or like the actual Super Bowl. I'm like, this being on my resume could show like future coworkers and things that, hey, she has experience in this. She can probably actually help us plan and get to actually go and help work like event details.
For more information about the College of Business and Economic Development, you can go to www.usm.edu/business. Stephanie Perez-Munoz, SMTV.
The students had to undergo extensive security screenings and background checks.
At the heart of Cook Library, a new space is offering students, faculty, and staff a quiet escape from the hustle of campus life. The Renewal Room, located on the second floor, opened in January 2025 and is designed for meditation, prayer, or relaxation. With dim lighting, a yoga mat, and a meditation cushion, the space is available for drop-in use or by reservation. Students, faculty, and staff can book the room in 15-minute increments for up to an hour, with reservations available for 2 weeks in advance. The key is available at the circulation desk, but a Southern Miss ID is required.
Students have a lot of stress in their lives, and we just want to be a place that helps students get over that stress. Working with the space that we have, converting one of these research carols into what we're calling the Renewal Room just seemed like a good solution.
With midterms and finals around the corner, the Renewal Room could be just what students need to find their balance.
Yes, that's right. Now, the School of Biological, Environmental, and Earth Sciences at Southern Miss celebrated Darwin's Day on February 14th with the theme of diseases and their evolution.
The events included a seminar on parasites, a faculty panel on the evolution of infectious diseases, and a celebration with cake and ice cream. SMTV reporter Nishranika Pokral was in attendance at the event.
The School of Bees celebrated the 12th annual Darwin's Day on February 14. The event took place to celebrate the birthday of Charles Darwin, best known for the theory of natural selection. The event started with donuts and coffee and moved to a lecture titled Parasites as Puppet Masters Beyond Mind Control by Dr. Vanessa Eisenhower. The moderator of the event, Dr. Donald Yee, shares his thoughts on the event.
This is going to be our panel discussion on infectious disease. We're going to be talking about the evolution of infectious disease and what we can expect going into the future. We're hoping that students get a better appreciation of what infectious disease is and what are the kinds of challenges we might have moving forward. And this event is part of our annual Darwin Day celebrations, and this is our 12th year of doing this.
Following the symposium, a faculty panel led by Dr. Doherty featured experts in virology, immunology, vector biology, and disease ecology. Together, they answered questions on how diseases evolve and adapt. Some of the questions included the exact definition of a disease, the differences between disease and illness, and what makes a virus successful. Students who attended the event seemed to enjoy the event.
I thought the event was really interesting, and it was a lot of fun to see scientists that were so passionate about different topics. And I had a lot of fun at the seminar as well, where I got to learn about parasites. I didn't realize that parasites were so complex and that they affected the ecosystem so much. So this gave me a new viewpoint.
The event wrapped up with students and faculty socializing over cake and ice cream, celebrating both Darwin's legacy and the ongoing research in evolutionary biology.
With engaging discussions and sweet treats, this year's Darwin's Day brought science and students together for a day of learning and fun.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. There is good news on the USM campus with the decision to put up cameras at the Wilbur Residence Hall.
All thanks to a petition started on January 28th. I had the opportunity to cover the after effects of the petition.
I originally started the petition to install cameras around the outside perimeter, including like the back lot and, well, the front lot, just for, safety and security purposes.
The petition now has gained nearly 300 signatures, and there has been a decision made to install 6 new security cameras in the back area of Wilbur Residence Hall. This was done by the support from SGA, the University Police Department, and the students.
Student safety is always going to be one of the top priorities of the Student Government Association. We have 3 core principles of advocacy, service, and community, and we believe that in all of those, allowing students to feel safe where they're not only going to school but living is always going to be a top priority. So whenever we heard that students were afraid to go outside to do their laundry at some points, we realized that was a concern that needed to be addressed as quickly as possible.
I'm very proud of everything that we have done as a community at USM and the way that we have all come together in order to, just make our community safer.
Thanks to everyone's efforts, creating a petition, signing a petition, and spreading the message, residents will feel more safe with new cameras and lights and feel more secure knowing that the university and community will support them. Gabby Cox, SMTV. The Student Government Association and other students are still working towards making these changes.
Coming up on SMTV News, Kira Fox will have your weekend weather.
Also, how a new tariff policy could potentially affect students at USM.
Even though we're so far apart, it's just music and dance can unite just every nation, every type of person that there is on the planet.
We have story songs, which is the kind of like a call and response kind of song. So it's a music, but it's like a conversation.
So you have to have a huge kite on your back, and then girls dance with the kite on the back, and it's a sign of showing respect to the people who have passed.
Music in Nigeria right now is mostly a unified thing because a lot of people speak Pidgin, and then most of the music in Nigeria is a combination of English, Pidgin, some native languages. So right now I feel like Nigeria is more united with music.
Hi Eagles, I'm Kiera Fox and here's your SMTV weather report.
We start off today with plenty of sunshine, but don't let that fool you. It is going to be cold, with a high of 42 degrees and a low of 23 overnight. Now, let's get into our 6-day forecast. By tomorrow, clouds will move in, keeping things mostly gray, and expect a high of 49 and a low of 30, so you'll want to keep a jacket handy. Saturday brings a slight warm-up with clouds giving away to some sunshine. Temperatures will reach a high of 57 with a low of 38 overnight. As we move into Sunday, we finally get a real taste of warmer weather. Plenty of sunshine with a high of 56, and it stays cooler overnight with a low of 37. Monday looks even better. Expect plenty of sun and slight warm-up at 68 degrees with a decent low of 44 at night. By Tuesday, we're getting comfortable with a mix of clouds and sun with a high of 76 and a low of 47. So, a cold start to the week, but by the weekend and early next week, we're warming up nicely. Even though the weather may be nice, we have to be aware of our chances of rain. Today we have 0% chance of rain, and lucky for us, that doesn't change too much. Friday we have a 10% chance of rain, and Saturday we have a 5% chance of rain. Sunday we also have a 10% chance of rain, but that brings us to Monday and Tuesday with a 0% chance of rain. Even though the weather may be cool for some, you won't need an umbrella. That's all for this week's SMTV Weather Report. Thanks for tuning in with Fox, and I'll see you at the top.
Thank you for the weekend weather update, Kiera. I'll be sure to bring a jacket with me this weekend. Now, President Trump has been very active recently to start off his second term. One pressing matter is his recent tariff increase for imports into America.
Reporter Z. Guerra went undercover to uncover these challenges potentially affecting students.
Rising prices on essential electronics to potential increases in tuition, these new policies could hit students where it hurts, their wallets. On February 1st, 2025, President Donald Trump imposed a 10% tariff on Chinese imports, citing national security concerns and economic competition. Students could still feel the ripple effects of these economic shifts in their daily lives, meaning electronics and textbook price spikes due to the tariffs on Chinese imports. Students may have to pay more for the devices they rely on for their education.
We have, mostly digital devices that we use to do our schoolwork. We work through Canvas or all these different things that require some sort of electronic device, and it's already expensive as it is.
Colleges that depend on imported equipment for research labs and classrooms may experience rising operational costs as well, which could trickle down into tuition fees for students.
Especially with my major, I'm a graphic design major, so literally everything is money. A lot of people say, and they don't tell you, but you gotta buy your way into this major. And you have to, of course it relies on passion, but specifically with this major, you need the electronics, you need the paper, you need the ink, you need everything.
It's also important to note, budget-friendly retailers like Shein and Temu could face higher costs due to changes in trade rules. That means fewer discounts and higher prices on clothing, dorm essentials, and accessories. Z. Gary, SMTV.
While these price changes won't happen overnight due to existing inventory, it's something to prepare for. Some ways students can navigate these financial changes include shopping smart and budgeting ahead.
Staying informed and up to date on policy changes helps students to better prepare for unexpected financial burdens.
Coming up later in the show, SMTV Sports has recaps of the games that you might have missed.
But up next, we have reporter Kaylin Fox Thomas to remind you of upcoming events you want to put on your calendar.
You can just keep watching and scrolling, and the world will still feel like it's falling apart. Or you can take action by joining a movement that's creating lasting change instead. Because at World Vision, we believe that no situation is hopeless. Join a movement that's changing the world for good.
Hi, I'm Leland Melvin, and I traveled to space twice as a NASA astronaut. Space technologies help protect our precious Earth. Space helps us monitor changes in carbon emissions, track the pace of climate change, yet even helps us fight natural disasters. Make sure that you get out to your local science museum or go to spaceforall.us to explore and learn about space and science. Space is for all.
Welcome back to SMTV. I'm Kaylin Fox Thomas with your community calendar update. Today there will be a meet and greet with the Roy Howard Community Journalism Center in the Thad Cochran Center's Grand Ballroom from 6 to 8:30 p.m. Next up on Saturday, February 22nd, from 7 to 8 p.m., our down-the-street neighbor William Carey will be hosting Ballet Magnificat's Prodigal's Journey. You can get more information about this performance on Eventbrite. Tickets start at $16.50. Also on the 22nd, the Liberal Arts Building will be hosting the Mississippi History Day Southern Regional Competition, where high school students showcase their original historical research. This event will last from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Lastly, SMAC will be hosting Step Africa in the Thad Cochran Center's Grand Ballroom. It is a free event, but students must show ID to enter. That's all for the Community Calendar Update. I'm SMTV's Kaylin Fox Thomas, and I'll see you next time, Southern Miss.
Thank you, Kaylin, for the awesome updates. Now, each week, SMTV News partners with the Roy Howard Community Journalism Center to bring you stories on a wide range of topics impacting people and communities in Southeast Mississippi. The center is based in College Hall on the USM campus in Hattiesburg, with news bureaus at the USM Gulf Park campus in Long Beach and at the state capitol in Jackson.
Abandoned homes, overgrown lots, and rundown buildings. These signs of urban decay are hard to miss in many Mississippi communities.
But cleaning them up isn't as simple as hauling away debris. These properties often get caught in legal limbo, tied up in tax sales, or left untouched because cities lack the funds to fix them.
Now, state lawmakers are pushing for a solution, including a $5 million fund to help cities clean up blight and tax credits to incentivize redevelopment.
Miracle Jennings breaks down the problem and the potential fixes.
Boarded up homes, overgrown lots, collapsing porches. Reverend John Whitfield drives past these sites every day in Gulfport, and he says they're more than just an eyesore.
Not only do you have an increase in crime, or the potential for an increase in crime, not only do you have, you devalue the properties around them, but you also will suffer from eroding the tax base in the county or the municipality. And that should be of interest to our elected officials.
Properties can fall into disrepair for many reasons. In Gulfport,
a lot of these properties become the way they are because parents will die, the children will not follow through with probating an estate, back taxes become due, they go unpaid, the properties are then purchased at an auction, or they will lapse back to the state.
Once that happens, many of these lots sit empty for years or even decades. Whitfield says these properties hurt the entire community.
It's neglect on the part of heirs, it's neglect on the part of elected officials, it's neglect on the part of the state of Mississippi because these properties are being held by the state or by others who just do not take proper care of them.
When these lots sit empty, cities have few options. Even if local leaders want to clean them up, they often don't have the budget to cover demolition or maintenance. Now, state lawmakers are pushing to create a property cleanup revolving fund, a $5 million pool to help cities pay for blight removal. Representative Randy Rushing sponsors one of the bills backing the fund.
The bill, of course, establishes a loan fund for larger municipalities and smaller towns and townships in the state. It establishes a grant fund to clean up blighted and dilapidated properties.
Meanwhile, other bills aim to stop tax-forfeited properties from getting stuck in a legal loop and offer tax credits to developers willing to rehabilitate blighted state-owned lots. Lawmakers say funding these projects could help cities clean up blight, but also strengthen local communities by making these properties livable again. Miracle Jennings reporting for the Roy Howard Community Journalism Center.
State officials say the problem goes beyond just selling lots and infrastructure improvements, like road repairs and fixing water and sewage issues can improve those odds.
Coming up next in sports, we have Alvia Walker. She has updates for us on the Golden Eagles softball team.
And all the upcoming games you should keep an eye out for. SMTV Sports is next.
The great thing about a hearing check? No one makes you drink weird stuff, or drills your teeth, or dilates your eyes. It's just soothing me time in a quiet booth. Then bam, you can do the happy dance, because you're all done.
Untreated hearing loss puts you at greater risk for depression and anxiety. So, what's holding you back? Let's see a hearing professional and get those ears checked. And let's dance.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. Not wondering anymore. Love, your mind.
Good afternoon, Golden Eagles. I'm your SMTV sports anchor, Alvia Walker. We have a lot of Southern Miss sports for you, so let's get right into it. Pitching it over to softball. Our Lady Golden Eagles softball team matched up against Louisiana Tech and Arkansas last Saturday at Southern Miss Softball Complex. The Lady Golden Eagles failed in both matches. Leading the charge offensively for the Golden Eagles was Hannah Christian with 2 hits. Leading the charge in the second match was Jana Lee with 2 hits. The Lady Golden Eagles will be traveling to Baton Rouge, Louisiana to match up against Nicholls State on Friday at 1 p.m. The Golden Eagles men baseball team shuts out Mississippi State last Tuesday at Pete Taylor Park with a 3-0 win. Leading the charge offensively for the Golden Eagles was Joey Urban with 3 hits. The Golden Eagles will be back in action facing Louisiana Tech on Friday at Pete Taylor Park, starting at 6 p.m. The game will be streamed on ESPN Plus for those who can't attend. Our Lady Golden Eagles faced the Troy Trojans last Saturday in Troy, Alabama. The Golden Eagles dropped against the Troy Trojans with a score of 86-59. The leading scorer was Morgan Cypher. Cypher had 17 points and 1 assist. The Lady Golden Eagles will be traveling to San Marcos, Texas to take on the Texas Bobcats Saturday, starting at 2 p.m. The game will be streamed on ESPN Plus for those who can't attend. The men Golden Eagles traveled to Monroe, Louisiana to face the Louisiana Monroe Warhawks last Saturday. The Golden Eagles were close but dropped against the Warhawks. The leading scorer was Najee Harris. Harris had 24 points and 13 rebounds. The Golden Eagles will be back in action tonight, matching up against Coastal Carolina at the Reed Green Coliseum, starting at 7 p.m. The game will be streamed on ESPN Plus for those who can't attend. Our SMTV Player of the Week goes to Kobe Allen. Allen pitched 4 innings to gain the win over Mississippi State. Hats off to you, Allen. That has been your SMTV Sports segment. I'm Alvia Walker, and as always, Southern Miss to the top.
Thank you for the update, Alvia. Up next on SMTV News.
Interview host Kaylin Morin talks with the coordinator for fraternity and sorority life about how Greek organizations impact campus.
To hear what's on your mind. Take this time to talk and get it right. You know I'll be there all your life. When you need me, I'll be by your side. By your side. And every day is a different day. Everything is in everything. Even when you think things can never ever be the same. Don't be scared of the world, I'll be here to stay. By your side. Even when your heart ain't listening, or your mind takes you a different way, towards a different path. All you gotta do is sit and ask. When you need me, I'll be by your side.
When the adults in a child's life talk early and often about the dangers of underage drinking, the message gets stronger every time.
I'll be by your side.
Talk. They hear you.
Welcome back to Eagle Interview Golden Eagles. My name is Kaylin Morian and I'll be your host. Today in the studio we have the coordinator of Fraternity and Sorority Life, Miss Hannah Scott Back.
Hi.
How are you?
I am great. Thanks so much for having me. This
Of
is all so
course.
exciting.
Yes, thank you so much for coming. We'd love to see you. So my first question for you would be, as the coordinator, what is your job responsibilities? What are you responsible for doing?
I think the best way to summarize my job responsibilities, anytime you apply for a job under job description, the last line is always "and other duties as assigned," and I think that really encapsulates what my job is. But in this particular role, I'm responsible for grade systems, the calendaring for fraternity and sorority life. I'm responsible for social media and marketing, leadership development, which is what I'm really passionate about. And then in addition to being a coordinator, I specifically oversee and advise the College Panhellenic Council, which houses 8 of our sororities on campus.
How do you think overall having Greek life like that impacts like USM's campus?
Yeah. I think it just makes it better. I think that there are so many things that our students bring to the table when they're affiliated in a fraternity or sorority. If you look at organizations like SMAC or Eagle Connection or Student Government Association, chances are you're going to find someone who is affiliated in a chapter. And the things you learn in your chapter, whether it's personal responsibility, social responsibility, heck, even time management, you can bring that to other students and other groups on campus and not just leave it in your chapter. And so we just our community embeds itself in the larger Southern Miss community, and I really think it just makes it more robust, provides a strong foundation, and definitely makes it better.
Right, absolutely, because there are so many different, resources and outreach on campus, from Greek life to the students to whatever regular population there is. And you're right, they are so involved in the community, and it's really nice to see news stories and stories in the student print about, sorority had a fundraiser and they're inviting more people to come, or the fraternities, that little area outside Walker Science where they're always,
Yes.
parked out there. It's really nice to see them get involved in the best way possible and, spread a good feeling around campus.
Yeah. And our goal really is to not just, it's important to have your brotherhood and your sisterhood and have your close-knit organization, but the goal really is to get the whole campus community involved, do things that benefit not just people in the same letters or people in our 26 chapters, but to benefit students who are unaffiliated or in different organizations or maybe haven't found their place yet on campus. We really just want to make campus a better place and serve the whole campus, not just our community.
Right, absolutely. So for those students who are looking to join and get involved with organizations and with the new chapters and stuff, how would you best suggest those students go about that process?
I would just recommend students ask questions. We have 3 incredible councils. We have the College Panhellenic Council, the Interfraternity Council, and the National Panhellenic Council. Each of those different councils not only house different chapters, but they also have different recruitment and intake processes. And we love answering questions. So whether that's emailing our office, whether that's simply following each of those councils or even chapters on Instagram and shooting them a DM, we are happy to answer any questions in any format. And really just doing some research and figuring out if there is a chapter that shares your values, shares your interests. All of our chapters value very similar things like scholarship and citizenship, but all of our chapters also have really unique attributes that make them special and make them them. So I would just say ask questions and do some research. And there is no silly question. We have some people who ask what the different Greek alphabet means. I used to have the Greek alphabet memorized, but I surely have not had that memorized in 10 years by now. But there really is no question that is silly or small or doesn't make sense. We have people in the community as well as the professional office staff who have been affiliated in a chapter, who didn't know Alpha from Omega when they started the job. So we cover a lot of different experiences, and so really just ask questions and get to know us is the best way to get involved.
Thank you so much for sitting down with me.
Thank you. This was so much fun.
Yes, I love getting to speak with you and hear all of the different, things that go into your job, because it's a lot. Yeah. You do so much for the campus.
And I love it. I didn't think that I would be working in higher ed. I didn't think higher ed was the thing, but I really, truly do love my job. I love my students. Even just getting to interact with you and our people working in the back today, like this is just why I do what I do. So this really has been so much fun, and I can't wait to tell my mom.
That's very, very true. Well, thank you so much again for sitting down with us.
Of course.
And thank you, Golden Eagles, for tuning in. We'll see you next time on Eagle Interview.
You can watch the entire interview on our website, sm2media.com. Now, I have got to bring up, it's getting crunch time now. It is close to midterm week. I know some students are a little concerned, a little worrisome. Gabby, how's the semester going for you?
So far, this semester has been going really well. I'm actually really excited to dive more into this SMTV world. What about you, Kennedy?
You know, I'm really excited that it's Black History Month. It's giving me so much empowerment, and I'm happy to have you here with me at the desk.
Well, thank you. And thank you guys so much for watching. This has been your SMTV News. Make sure to follow, like, and subscribe to Southern Miss Student Media. You can also find us at Instagram at sm2.usm. If you would like to submit a news tip, email us at sm2news@usm.edu.
Remember to pick up the latest copy of the Student Prince newspaper, available on campus and at locations across Hattiesburg. You can get SMTV News on demand, additional SMTV programs, and WSM Radio anytime on our website, sm2media.com. That's it for SMTV News this week. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on our next newscast. I'm Kennedy Drake.
And I'm Gabby Cox, and always remember, Southern Miss
to the top.